Hello and welcome back. We are still outside. I'm just getting adjusted, got my Uggies on. I freaking love these. Haven't had Uggs in like years. Now to think of it, I don't even know if I've ever had Uggs. Ever. So these are my first pair of Uggs. So cute. And they're the exact ones that I wanted. So, yeah, just getting situated here. I've got my trusty Swell water bottle, which I am dying of thirst right now. I really freaking hope that the audio is better this time, because I came to this exact location exactly a week ago, and I was not feeling great, to say the least. And when I got home to edit, it was shot. It was fired. Like it, I don't know what terms I'm using, but the audio was so terrible. And I know you guys hear it, like the buzzing. I get it. I get your frustration, because imagine me. Like, this is supposed to be my art. This is supposed to be good, you know, up to standard, went to film school standard. And it doesn't feel like it was, because I kept hearing the buzzing and I thought it was just Rode. And I do have a bone to pick with Rode. Not Miss Hailey Bieber Rode, R-O-D-E Rode. Like, it's supposed to be industry standard. It's supposed to be amazing. But the thing with these lav mics is that if you don't have an extension cord from your camera to your transmitter, it's going to make a beeping noise. And they give you like a 3-inch cord. So it's like, baby, do you hate me? Clearly. They hate their customers. Or they want their customers to figure it out. Which I'm glad I finally did, hopefully. Hopefully. Pray for me. Pray for us. Because I want to give you guys good content, you know? I don't want to be like, bzzz, like, you should chase your dreams, bzzz, you know? What is that? What is that? Also, hi if you're new here. My name is Tayna. Hi. I have a podcast and I sit out in nature while it's still not too cold. And I talk about being alive. That's what I talk about. I'm just trying to make myself look cute, because I do make shorts. You probably came from my shorts or my TikTok. Hi. Hi, boom. Welcome. Anyway, should we just get this party started? Hello and welcome back to another week of Hire Me. Hi. If you're new here, welcome. I go on rants, and sometimes I teach you a thing or two. Sometimes I learn a thing or two during my process of rant. And yeah, I'm just a girl living life. So buckle up, because we're in for a ride. Today. I kind of want to talk about what I came last week to talk about. So, if you're not on YouTube, you probably don't know this, because I already talked about it in my YouTube intro. And if you didn't know this, and if you're just listening to this, I have full video YouTube long form version of this episode. So check it out and subscribe. Yeah, so I came to this location. This is a campground. It's not that far away from where I live, but it's a little bit of ways. And I came out here and I was just feeling really upset, to say the least. Like, any residents around here are like, you were not just upset, you were livid. like absolutely livid. And that's true, I was. I am 2 weeks sober, which is amazing. I'm honestly really proud of myself. I thought it'd be harder, but I also thought it'd be easier, if that makes any sense. It's been a journey, to say the least, and they do say the first 2 weeks are the hardest of letting go of any addiction, and my addiction was gardening. Yeah, bruh. I was just a chill girl. Now I'm not a chill girl because I'm mad. I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. I was mad. Let me get, like, comfy. I'm like... I want you guys to see me. No, but if I move the camera, then the interface is gonna be all... So you know what? I've been having some audio issues. And that's why I had to come back and redo this. Because, your girl was really upset. Those were my, like, in the moment, real issues, sentiments, emotions. And I kind of want to talk to you guys about them a little, because I still kind of feel that, like a fraction of that, maybe not as passionately angry, but definitely I still feel it, you know. The reason why I stopped smoking, the reason why I decided to be sober is because I'm ready for change, you know. Like, I've just been in stagnant energy for so long, just in this, like, limbo, waiting for things to happen, knowing that things are going to evidently happen, but it's just that limbo period was just eating me alive. It still is, granted. But now, I think because of, like, you know, my brain's working the way it's supposed to now, you know, it's like regenerating its own serotonin. It was very imbalanced for the past 2 weeks, and, you know, the first 2 days, amazing. I felt on top of the world. I'm like, yeah, I'm sober, I got this. Third day hits. I'm like, by like the 10th day, I'm like, F this, F the world, why doesn't anything ever happen to me? It was that kind of energy last week. And I wish I got it for you guys, but unfortunately, my microphone was just giving me issues. But I think we're okay now. I got an extension cord. I hope this audio is so much better. For the sake of my mental health. And for the sake of you, like, watching and consuming my content. So, let's hope it works. But yeah, I am still kind of angry, you know. Life is still stuck in the middle, still waiting for my big break, still waiting to get out of the rat race, still waiting for a relationship to pop up, still waiting just for things to happen. And it's like, no matter how much action I take towards something that I know and I love and that I'm passionate about, it just seems like I have so much resistance. And then, like, I try to pivot. I try to make things better. I try to go out in nature. I've tried so many things. And I'm spending so much of my energy and my time and money on this passion project, on this podcast, which I love, you know. Like, this doesn't feel like work to me. It doesn't feel dreadful. It feels like I'm actually doing something, like I have a voice and I need it to be heard, even if it's just heard by one person, you know, even if it reaches just one person. And I know it's not just reaching one person, because I see the comments and I freaking love you guys. Thank you for being here in this small little community that I've built. And, like, you know, I think we're all just aspiring, and I think not all of us, but many of us are in that transitionary period, and I think you can relate, and I think that's kind of the basis of all of this. So I needed change. I needed to do something that was external, because I'm constantly internally changing. Like, if you know me, I'm constantly learning and growing, and like, I'm a philosopher. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Tayna, the philosopher. So I'm always looking at life in different perspectives. Granted, it's a little hard when I'm moody. Again. But the next day I'll wake up and be like, oh, yeah, no. I don't think that anger was just. And that's all we can ask for in this life, right? It's just being self-aware enough. I think that's like bottom line, bare minimum, human to human. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed. And I kind of feel a little like left out. I kind of feel like the universe doesn't care. Kind of feel like the universe forgot about me. Kind of feel like God's just like, she's fine, she's good, like, she's not, we don't have to worry about her. But the thing is, God, you do. I need something to happen, you know? And that's where the frustration lies. It's just this stagnancy, this nothingness. It's not that I'm unhappy, because that is so far from the truth, you know? I'm proud of myself. I'm, again, 2 weeks sober. Insane. From a girl who's been gardening for the past 7 years straight, you know? Finally out of that haze, still coming out of it. Like, I still get headaches and tensions and, like, I'm withdrawing, okay? Hasn't been easy. But I feel clearer. Like, today, for the first time, I woke up and my brain finally feels like it's connected to the rest of my body. It finally feels like there's a mind-body-soul connection. Whereas before, I didn't realize that there was a distance between that. I didn't realize that I was so in a fog. I mean, I realized it because I felt it. Like, you just feel like you're in a fog when you're a stoner. But you don't realize how bad it is until you come out of it. And I don't want to admit this, but I did have a little bit of a relapse period. On my 5th day, my roommate somehow convinced me. Again, not her fault. She did not put anything in front of me. She didn't force me to do anything. That was my conscious decision to do so. And I remember being like, should I not, yeah, let me just do it. And instantly regretting it. Not in the moment, like, I didn't feel guilt, I didn't feel anything, but the next day I felt really moody. Really, really moody. So that was a minor setback. But after that, like, I think I needed that setback to realize, like, no, Tayna, like, this is the right thing for you to do. Just stay sober. Just continue at it. And if you don't see any changes, I did actually, when I had my rant here last week, which is never going up because of the audio. I said, I was like, if life still stays the same, I might just go back to smoking, because what is the point? But now that I've made it this far, I'm like, girl, what is the point in going back? Just stay sober. Like, it's so much better. You feel smarter, you're faster, your critical thinking is better, your time management is insanely better. Granted, I'm Brazilian, I'm still gonna be late to things, but yes, let me blame me being my nationality rather than my own problems, my own flaws. But anyways, yeah, I do have a time management issue, but it's gotten better because, again, I'm not living in that fog. And what happened was, I actually had a really bad trip. I started hearing voices, and it was really weird, creepy voices. It was like, you know, when, like, Quen Blackwell, when she does, like, the weird, creepy voices that we all know and love, or, like, Alex Consani, like, you know, like, their group, like, they're very, like, weird girlies. And I started hearing like those kind of voices just very loud in my ear. And I'm just like, what? And then one of those voices, I was like scared. I was like, oh my God, like, is this psychosis right now? Like, am I going through a psychotic break? Like, what? And then one of the voices was like, you'll continue to hear this if you continue to smoke. And that was enough evidence, whether it be in my subconscious or not, or whether that actually be a psychotic, I don't know. I'm listening to that voice, which was not my own, which was like completely not mine. Again, not my own means not mine. Great, Tayna. Sharp instincts, eh? They're getting sharper, okay? I'm not saying I'm there yet, but we're getting there. But yeah, I feel more alive. I feel like I can have thoughts, and quite frankly, my brain is running a minute a mile, you know, like, oh my God. Like, I can't keep up. Whereas before, it was like, yeah, and yeah, you know. I feel like even you guys might see a slight difference. I don't know. Let me know if you find a difference. I definitely feel the difference. It's getting a wee bit chilly out here. Granted, there is literally a lake right there. I was gonna go film at the lake, so I like walked down. And yeah, it's like a pond, and then it enters the lake, and there's like nowhere to sit other than like gravel. So I'm like, yeah, let me just come back here to the parking bench and call it a day. But yeah, do you guys like the background? It's like a cute little camping thing. Well, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you're like, time to get back on track. That's still gonna happen. I think I have ADHD. I'm not realizing this. And like, I do the dinosaur hands when I'm sleeping. I think that's also a tell. Or also, speaking to ChatGPT, I learned that that's because I don't feel safe. So when I do eventually feel very safe, I'll start sprawling out, you know. But yeah, I think for as long as I've known, I've always slept like that. Just, I don't know. If you know the scientific reason, let me know down below. But yeah, you know, I'm slowly starting to love life again. From the last episode. It's been a bit. It's been maybe like 3-4 weeks since that last episode. Because I obviously pre-record this, sorry to ruin the movie magic. Although this is coming up literally tomorrow. So this is like as updated as I'll ever get on this podcast. Like up to date, literally. You guys are seeing this tomorrow. Hi. So, yeah, you know, I still do feel inadequate in a way. Not inadequate, I think that's the wrong word, because I feel enough. I feel like my outside world hasn't really changed the way that my inside world has. Like, inside world, I'm putting up boundaries like no other. And I was already a bitch. Imagine now. Yeah. Tough pill to swallow for most people. But yeah, I'm really like standing my ground, like cutting off people that need to be cut off, not giving my energy to people who don't deserve it. And I'm like learning to love myself in different ways. Like, I know growing up, and especially when you're like in high school, when you don't really have like real world problems, the only thing you really worry about is if someone likes you, if you can get into a social group, if you're getting into a certain school, if you're going to a certain party, or like certain hobbies and like interests. So I think there was a lot more focus on like my appearance. Whereas now, that's like the least of my worries. So I've definitely cultivated a self-love to that standard. But then there's loving the process, loving you in the process, and not just the process of like the dream bod, but also the dream life, you know. It's a learning curve, You know, it's testing my patience, and I think that's exactly it. I think the universe doesn't necessarily hate me as much as I'd like to think the universe does. I think the universe is just testing me. How badly do I really want this? And I'm not gonna quit no matter what. I'm just not. I refuse to quit. And I think what kind of got me out of this little funk was talking to my cousin. Somehow we started talking about Catherine Paya's and Igor Ten's wedding that happened this past weekend, along with Miss Selena and Benna. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about pop culture here. The only kind of culture I know. Just kidding. I'm Brazilian. I embrace all cultures. Anyways, yeah, we were kind of talking about it, and then she asked me if I see them lasting a while. And I was like, maybe. I mean, I could see it, but I can also see it not. Like, it can go both ways, but I think because they're both so spiritual, I think they know how to come back to themselves. You know, like, I think, like, once you've reached a certain level in your spiritual journey, whatever religion, whatever spirituality, like, you practice, doesn't really matter. It's just, you come to a point where you know how to, like, just take a step back, take a deep breath in, and just collect your thoughts, and just, like, let those thoughts simmer. You know, just feel the feelings, sit with the feelings, and then let it go. And then communicate. I feel like they have that type of maturity to get there. And then somehow talking about that, I was like, this is why I won't settle. And then I started going into a rant. And then I'm like, this is why when people, I don't even know how I got here, but we got there. I was like, this is why when people doubt me, like, it just lights a fire in my ass. And it literally lit a fire in my ass. Me just, like, saying how much I believe in myself and how much I believe in my path and my journey, that I literally, like, tapped into my own success. I don't know, my future self, I guess. I don't know. Like, it reminded me of my why. And not because, like, to show other people that I can. That's a big bonus. Everyone who doubted me, and I specifically replay a certain moment with this group of friends that I had, and I had cut them off, and then they had asked me to hang out many times, and then I finally said yes. And I was hanging out with them, and I put on this, like, random yoga pants that, like, low-key kind of give me a camel toe. Not low-key, fully. And I think I was wearing the wrong underwear with it at the time. And I remember they would, like, be talking about me and referring to me as Kim Kardashian. And this one girl, she was like, oh yeah, I was talking to them about, like, what I was doing. And that was, like, right before going into film school. So I had basically, like, upgraded my life. Like, I had a boyfriend, I was going into film school, or I was already starting film school. And I was, like, kind of sharing with them, not completely everything, but telling them that, like, yeah, like, this is what I want to do. And they were like, oh yeah. Oh, and then she had turned to her friend, or guy friend, boyfriend at the time. I don't freaking know what they were. I don't even know if they're still dating. And I used to like him. And he came, and I didn't expect him to be there, or her, but they were there, which is so funny. Like, of course you're gonna watch me. What else are you gonna do? And yeah, and then she's like, oh yeah, Kim, I know a girl, Kim, and she wants to be an actress. Well, she said actress, which is, like, also not too far away from, like, what I actually want to do. Like, I was a theater kid. I played a lot of, like, leading roles in every play that I did. So I know the talent's there, you know? Like, she's talented, she's artistic. But I remember that moment, because I know she was referring to film school. I don't think I told her exactly. I said film production. I don't think she could comprehend what film production was. Because there was also someone in our group, in that friend group, that also went to the same film school, but he went in for acting. And I hope he's doing great. He was actually really sweet. He's always been so sweet to me, so I hope you're the best. But these other two, weird ass couple. They're just weird ass people. There was so much secrecy behind it and just so much weirdness, and like, and they were so much older too, and it's like, y'all are weird. I was like 21 and y'all are acting this weird at your big ol' age. That's how weird it was. Just a random logging truck coming by. Damn, that is loud. It literally, like, I saw it coming, so I thought it was gonna just like come right into my scene here, my setup. But yeah, they were just super weird. And I remember her face of doubt. And it just like, it's like a sticker in my brain, and it just keeps me going. Like, you have no idea how much I want to prove you wrong. And like, that's just like one of the people, you know, like there are many other people, even people within my inner circle. Oh, it's starting to rain. Anyways, even people in my inner circle, I know doubt me. I know my own parents doubt me sometimes, you know, like I had a conversation with my dad this morning, and I was talking to him about the podcast and like the growth, and like he doesn't really say much. And I know it's out of love. And I know it's like, it's not that he doesn't believe in me. It's not that he doesn't think I'm capable. I think he does. I think he just settled. He wasn't able to pursue his dreams, or probably tried to and failed, and thinks that I'm also gonna fail. And like, buddy, Daddy, I have failed, and I am failing. Oh, that is so weird. That is like literally the weirdest thing in the world. A truck just pulled up. The same truck that my dad has. That is the weirdest thing. Oh, that is hee. I hope they don't kick me out. Anyways, I'm just me doing my thing. I'm gonna continue. So yeah, like I know it's out of love, and I know it's out of like, man, I hope he wants the best for me. And what I want, like, my dreams are really big, you know, they're insane. So granted, I understand if he wants to protect me, or like doesn't say anything out of protectiveness, but also doesn't like lift me up and like super supportive out of protectiveness. And I understand that, you know. I don't think I need to be a parent to understand that. You want the best for your kid, and you also don't want them to get their hopes so high, because you understand how scary and mean the world is. So I understand, but I also let that be fuel to my fire. Come on, like, hello. Of course I want to show my dad my potential. Of course I want him to live out my dreams with me. Like, I'm not doing this for myself, you know? Like, I want to enjoy the beautiful life that I want to curate with my family. I would love to just buy them a nice, cute little property out here, and we can all live happily ever after, you know, fly them out places, go on certain vacations. You know, like, I would love to treat my parents. I think anyone who has a really great relationship with their parents wants to do that, right? You want to pay it forward. You want to, like, they've done so much for me. So much. Like, it's insane how much they've done for me. So, yeah, I want to repay them. I want to make sure that their retirement is smooth sailing, you know? Like, I want to make sure this next journey of their life isn't filled with worry, isn't filled with debt up to their necks, isn't filled with, I guess, worry about their daughter as well, right? Like, I'm sure they worry about me, and like, they see me working this dead-end entry-level job, and they're just like, she has so much potential, like, why is she doing this? Because I know that they don't really fully see the vision that I have for myself. And that's okay, because granted, I don't think it's anyone's responsibility to do that. It's my own responsibility to have my own vision, my own dreams, and I'm not going to settle. And that's what I was telling my cousin. Like, I refuse to settle for mediocrity. I said something so poetic. I'm going to try to find it. Oh, wait, you could still search up DMs if you don't have service, right? 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 It's not even opening up. Oh, there it is. What did I say to her? Settling for mediocrity is a death sentence disguised as social norms. Because it is. I'm not going to do something because other people deem it as normal and a part of life for them, when for me it feels like a death sentence. It feels like I'm settling. It feels like that's bare minimum, you know? And granted, people, I'm sure, think right now I'm settling and I'm not successful, or like whatever their thoughts might be of me in the moment. There's a method to my madness, okay? There's a reason why I chose to have an entry-level job where I can give 10% of my energy when I can give 90% to something else. You know what I mean? Granted, because I was gardening a lot, it was more so like 10% other job, maybe 50% gardening, and like being and just like going with the flow, and then the rest, 40% on this. So, right? Does that add up? Yeah? 50, 10, 60, 40. Yes. We are mathing right here. So, now I can actually give in more of my energy to this. I have time. It's weird. I like go home and I'm like, oh, I have time. I can edit. I can do stuff, you know? Granted, most days, because when you hate a job, like it takes a lot of your energy. So maybe I'm not just giving 10% to that entry level job. Maybe I'm giving more, like 30, if I'm being realistic. So 30, 70. And yeah, I know one day it'll pay off. I know. But it's like trying to convince the universe, trying to convince other people, and I think that's what I need to stop doing, is just trying to convince. Because I believe in it. And I'm not settling. Again, refuse to settle. Like, why? Because, what is that? Oh, it's just a bug, okay. That was scary. It was coming right at me. Like, just because, I'm just gonna use a random name here. This literally does not pertain to anyone specific, but Sarah. Love you, Sarahs. I know so many Sarahs. Love y'all. I'm just using y'all as an example. Sarah, because Sarah decided to go into a certain industry, and now she has a cool 9-to-5 job, you know? She doesn't hate her job, but she also doesn't love her job. And she makes mediocre money, you know, and she has a boyfriend. She wants to settle down with him, and he doesn't really want to, but he loves her enough to do so. And yeah, and so that's what they're gonna do. And she's gonna have kids soon. They're getting engaged soon, or they're probably already engaged. And that's gonna be their life, I guess. No, it's like really raining. This is the rain in Vancouver Island, by the way. It's like drizzles. It's not like downpours. I mean, sometimes, yes, when we have like a storm. But most of the time, this is the rain. Did you guys hear that? That was a gun. That was a gunshot. That was a motherfucking gunshot. Someone's probably hunting. It's what is it called? It's a holiday today. I'm like, what is the word of today called? It's a holiday today. Kind of a sad holiday. It's Truth and Reconciliation. I think that's only a Canadian thing. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I won't touch on that subject too much because I will literally cry. And I don't know if I'm the right representative to talk about it. Granted, I am native Brazilian, but not native Canadian. And I think that's their own story to tell. And it's all out there. It's very apparent. Heard about residential schools? Yeah. So this day is for that. Not that I don't think the gunshot has anything to do with that. I just think people have time to shoot guns because it's a holiday. So, yeah. There was another gunshot, that's why I pointed. But yeah, I do feel like it's coming. It's for sure coming, you know? Like last week's episode, I was just so like, yeah, I'm stepping into this it girl energy. Like I feel it, and I do. I still do. But while my brain was reconfiguring, rewiring those neurotransmitters and the serotonin from gardening too much, I felt like it wasn't possible. And that's when the doubt kind of crept in. And that's where you kind of have to stand back, you know, that's when spirituality comes in and you just gotta kind of breathe right through it. For me, what actually helped me was not that, was joking around, pranks, just saying dumb, random things just to make other people laugh, because that felt extremely, I was going to say lethargic, but I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. But that felt very relieving to me, you know, like it took me out of my own misery. And I love doing that. I love making people laugh. Like if you didn't know, I'm a comedian. Do I have the hiccups now? Great. I keep hearing like, trucks! But yeah, I believe in myself. I'm not settling. I'm not, you know, another thing that I mentioned to my cousin while I was on my rant, you know, I think about it a lot, and I think I've mentioned it on the podcast. I think about it a lot. Like, what if I had just stayed in Toronto in the film industry? You know, like, I was getting offers. I was getting, like, a lot of job offers, and a lot of people were willing to pay. Not as much, obviously. Like, you know, you're starting off, you gotta... But it's long hours. And what would eat me alive, and what I would just feel like I'm making the wrong choice, was every time I'm on set. I loved doing the set design. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. That was so much fun. I learned so much, you know, and something that I can take on with my own productions. That's kind of why I went to film school. I just didn't disclose that. I just thought I'd choose something because everyone was like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? And everyone's like, director. And I'm like, I don't want to direct. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess, essentially. But production design? I don't know. I just chose something. And I ran with it. And, like, that's what I was doing on student sets. And then I started working for the CFC, Canadian Film Center? Question mark? I don't know. But, you know, and I left behind a lot of great connections. I was a very competent student. My sets, every time I'd, like, do something, it'd go really well, you know? Like, I'm not... And it felt like I was kind of throwing away a certain talent. But what really ate me alive was being on set and being behind the camera and seeing other people get to be on camera and either act or be themselves. And it made me very shy. It made me very, like, secluded. You know, like, it just... I don't know. I didn't like who I was. It felt like a downplayed version of myself. Whereas in this, although I'm working an entry-level job and making just a smidge above minimum wage, which is pathetic, I get to do what I love. You know, I'm full creator mode right now. I'm using my voice. There's so much growth involved spiritually, mentally, physically, when it comes to doing your passions and doing the thing that you actually want to do. You know, like they say, have three hobbies or something. One that makes you money, one that you like, and I don't know the other one, honestly. I don't know where I was going with that. But this is a hobby that I'm hoping makes me a ton of money one day, you know? Like, everyone knows when you're in the creator industry, yes, you're in it for the long haul. Some people blow up immediately, some people blow up in 20 years. I'm hoping I'm not the latter. I'm definitely not the first, but I'm definitely not the latter, you know? I'm hoping. Oh my God, please. Like, my max I can hold is probably another, like, 3 years. I can even probably potentially do 5, but, like, 5 is pushing it. 5 is putting me at, like, 30. How old am I? I'm almost 28 years old. In 3 months, I'm 3? Yeah. October, November, December, Jan. 4 months. Technically 5, I guess. I don't know. In a few months, I'm 28 years old. And no one feels older than a 28-year-old. You know, it's right around that Saturn return. And, oh, it's Saturning returning, you know, if you know anything about that. But I feel alive, and I feel like although my external environment doesn't show that I'm succeeding, it's not proof of my success yet. Internally, I 1000% feel it. 100,000%. Babes, I'm headed in the right direction, and I love using divination tools. I love using tarot and psychic readers and ChatGPT to help me out to interpret certain things. And especially like astrology, Vedic astrology, tropical astrology, although I think Vedic is a lot more accurate. I love tapping into that side of myself because it's a huge part of me. It's not just the girl who had a weird trip and then realized and tapped into this like weird, whoa, there's so much more to just this like 3D self, you know, and this 3D consciousness. There's so much more out there. I love tapping into it. And Nikola Tesla said himself, once we have tapped into that, like, I think he said the 5th dimension or something, the 5th or 6th dimension, we are going to evolve in ways we have never evolved before. Not verbatim, okay, don't take it word for word, but somewhere along those lines. And I truly believe so. I really, truly, deeply believe so. And I think women can easily tap into that. I mean, not to say that men can't. No, babes, don't take those words out of my mouth. And also, there are more genders than just 2. So, and if you don't believe that, you can leave this channel, babes. Because everyone's invited to this party, okay? Okay. Now that we've got that cleared out, and just the people who are meant to stay will stay in this cute little community, you know. My little nuggy honey bears. Damn, it's like actually starting to pour a little more now. I'm just worried for my camera. That's honestly it. So let me see if I can put do something, you know. Oh, there's a little Tim Hortons thingy. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm just trying to save my... There we go. Kind of fish. I'm just trying to save my port there. But yeah, I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in my journey. I just wish it would match up. I know it will eventually. It's just so frustrating right now in this very moment. But it's okay, you know. If this is just more of a testament for other people that the journey's not easy. And I know once it happens, people are gonna be like, oh my god, how did that happen for her? Like, why are things so easy for her? Meanwhile, I'm here like, oh, there goes my makeshift umbrella. Okay. Some people are gonna be like, yeah, why is it so easy for her? And really, it's not. And if this isn't a testament that it's not as easy as like, post up a pic, post up a video, and like, no, it takes years and consistency and like learning and like the method of how to like get there, you know, like there's a method to this, and I'm learning each day, and I'm like following creators that can help me, and I'm like, I won't pay for your course, but I'll take the tips where I need to, you know what I mean? I might watch like a masterclass or two and like invest in that. But other than that, like, yeah, I just think organically it's gonna happen, and organically it already kind of is. I'm already making like in the thousands, not the shmoney, but the views. You know, like she's slowly growing. I think I had like what, 30 subscribers within the past month? New subscribers? What? Like, hello, like even YouTube itself was like, you have a 300% growth this past month in subscribers. So I'm doing something right. It's not anything worth celebrating externally and like for other people to be like, wow, yeah, no, she's like really making it. But you know what? There might be someone out there who tried, or who is trying, who sees my small but surely growth and is inspired by it. Or maybe they're pressed. Who knows? I don't know, don't care. You could talk about it with your own therapist, okay? But I hope it's the first. I hope it inspires you. 'Cause, you know, you should be inspired. That's kind of why I do this. Like, I'm not here to just do it on my own. Like, I'm here to like literally inspire other people and like show you that like you can also do this. It's gonna be tough, but you could do it. God might hate you, or he might not. The universe might want the best for you or the worst for you. Who knows? You're allowed to dictate that. And I've talked about this before. Whatever you believe in is the truth. So if you believe you can make it, you'll make it. If you don't believe you'll make it, you won't make it. That's why I refuse to settle. Because I know I can make it. Like, it's ingrained in my brain, but also I'm like kind of going back and forth between my old mindset and my new mindset. My old mindset is, oh, like I'm doubtful, will it ever happen, in this like lack energy. Whereas in my new mindset is like, I'm it girl, I'm there, bitch, I'm living it. So, and choose one, choose a wolf, bitch, choose a wolf. And I choose the bougie wolf. Not the bougie wolf, but yeah. And also with like this kind of limbo phase, I'm honing in on my aesthetic. I'm honing in on what I want to portray out there, you know? And sure, yes, I want it to feel luxe. I want it to feel very soulful. I want it to feel deep. You know, I want it to feel like this. I want it to feel like solitude, but also so connected. And I want it to feel very moody, and I want it to feel like just very authentic. I want it to feel humorous at times because, hello, I'm a goofy girl. I'll crack a joke or two, you know, like if you know me, you know I'm funny. Funny, bitch. Funny. I grew up fat. I had to be. Now she's got a body. Anyways, yeah. I'm trusting the process, no matter how tough it may be. And it's just about like continuously rewiring my brain, because I'm in this also limbo phase of life, but because I'm also withdrawing from gardening so much. Again, like those brain waves are rewiring, and that's when I get to really cultivate the new me. And I really didn't realize that up until this point, like how significant that is. Like, I was even asking ChatGPT. Clearly ChatGPT is my BFF. And I know I'm ruining the universe and the environment. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Truly, like, I'm sorry. But it is really helpful. And I've been talking about it a lot with Chat. And I want to start going to the gym. I want to start being healthier. You know, that's kind of the point. Like, I don't want to be in this, like, lull. And I know moving will remove this stuck energy too. You know, I'll just feel better. Even if things haven't changed, even if it is still just internal change, at least the body is gonna look good, you know? Like, at least I'm, and it's not even for the body. She already got a body. It's just, again, cultivating that and just reaching a level where, like, I'm not, like, rising to success and then I'm trying to catch up. You know, it's like, it's happening slowly, so that, like, I understand why it's happening slowly. I fully understand it. But, like, am I impatient? Absolutely. Just give me my golden plaque. Just like, comment, and subscribe so I can stop being so, it's coming. Okay? Can you, like, go like, comment, and subscribe? Can you, like, leave me a comment down below? Can you, like, go text me? Can you, like, go to my Instagram, Tayna Nunez de Oliveira? Jeez, like, help a girl out so I can stop complaining. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. I think I'm ready to just end it off here. I think we're good. I think we're good on today's episode. I feel good. I feel like I've spoken my piece. Now, if you see next week's episode and I look very similar, and it just looks like I moved the camera that way, mind your business. Okay? Alright. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning into today's episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. If you've made it this far, if you've actually listened to it all, first of all, love you. Literally friggin' love you. Leave me a tree emoji. Any tree, your favorite tree emoji. Leave me a tree emoji for representing no more tree smoking. Representing nature. Representing that trees grow slow, but once they do, they build really solid roots. And they just connect to the ground. Connect with life. Give back. Give us oxygen. Yeah, I think that's a good emoji to drop. So yeah, drop one down below. I love you. Thanks for being here. Mwah, mwah, and mwah. I love you. Take a kiss where you want to. Let me get in close. Let me get in. Oh, first of all, let me show you guys the look. Oh, can you guys? Yos. I'm just wearing this cute little one. Oh, I did not shave my armpits, so. But I look like Woolly Mammoth. Leave me alone. I'm single. Very single. So yeah, this is the fit. And then I thrifted this, but this one piece I got from Old Navy. And then, of course, my Oogs. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching. Take a kiss when you want to. Oh, the birdie loves you too. Hi. This is so awkward. Okay. Oh, I literally just did a push-up to you. That's how dedicated I am. All right. Love you.